Meanwhile, ISIS is claiming responsibility for twin bombings that killed at least 84 people and hurt nearly 300 more. The blasts yesterday targeted a memorial for Qasem Soleimani, a general who was killed in a drone strike ordered by former President Trump 4 years ago. It was the deadliest attack in Iran yesterday since the country's 1979 revolution, and Iranian media had reported that the bombs were placed in suitcases and then were detonated remotely about 20 minutes apart. ISIS is now crediting two suicide bombers for the twin blasts, but it's hard to know what or whom to believe at this point. With us now for more analysis on all of this is Iran expert and national security analyst Ari Aramesh. Thanks so much for being here. ISIS is claiming two of its suicide bombers did this. It's different from what Iran said yesterday. What do we think happened? What do you make of the two differing stories?
So it looks like the attack happened on the outer sort of perimeter of the security zone. So people had to go through some security checkpoints to get into the main sort of anniversary processions. That's where some of the key sort of high-ranking local officials, local military and political officials were. But the two suicide blasts took place outside this perimeter. So let's say a soft spot or a soft target. Secondly, this does bear some of the ISIS signatures. I mean, the suicide bombing, attacking sort of indiscriminately. Some people yesterday jumped the gun, both people here in the U.S. and some in Europe, and especially those in Tehran, the regime spokespeople, jumped the gun and blamed Israel in the U.S. And they said this was definitely the work of Israel in the U.S., which was not exactly, atypical of both sort of the Iranian regime to make that claim, and also Iranian regime supporters or some sort of what people might call the sympathizers or so on and so forth here in the U.S. or to claim that. But again, Israel usually doesn't target, civilians indiscriminately.
No. This is not.
Every time
Israel has used very precision surgical strikes when it has done, and it has struck Iran before.
Go ahead.
I was just curious. ISIS, we know in the past, has been quick to claim credit for attacks it didn't actually commit. It even claimed it was behind the 2017 mass shootings in Las Vegas. It wasn't. That was the work of a lone deranged gunman. So why should we believe ISIS today, aside from the fact that it does bear all the ISIS trademarks?
So these are the key reasons. First and foremost, ISIS, being a Sunni Salafi organization, finds Shiites, and the vast majority of Iranians are Shia Muslims. It finds them as apostates or heretics. So if you notice, if you go back to the war in Syria and Iraq, ISIS's biggest enemy, aside from the U.S. and Europe and Israel, sort of, the infidel bloc, were the Shias. So that's one reason. Number one, there's ideological reasons. Secondly, one of the key leaders who helped on the ground defeat ISIS was Major General Qasem Soleimani. This is when things get a little murky. This is when we and some other terror leader become strange bedfellows. During the fight against ISIS, during Operation Inherent Resolve, our U.S. forces with coalition forces did provide air cover for some of those ground operations that were being run by Shia militias led by Qasem Soleimani, General Soleimani.
Right.
So
okay, we're getting we're getting way into the weeds on this one. But I'm just curious, do you think that why would ISIS attack now, do you think? Is it trying to inflame a broader conflict at a time of great tension, at a time when it had to know that at least initially Iran was going to blame Israel and the United States?
No, I mean, if they wanted to create a wider conflict, they wouldn't come out and claim it and claim responsibility for it. They would just sit out and, make everybody think that what Iran is saying has some resemblance of truth, which clearly doesn't. But here's the thing. This was the anniversary of a man that ISIS hated. As much as we disliked Soleimani, and President Trump very rightly so took him out 4 years ago, ISIS was also very happy that it was taken out. This is exactly what I was trying to explain. The concept of strange bedfellows, U.S. Special Operations Forces and Shia militias on the ground and other forces on the ground in Syria going after ISIS. ISIS, for all practical purposes, has been disseminated because they have lost all the land they had. Now, they are still there as an ideology, as a group, but they do not have the same operational capabilities. And again, last but not least, ISIS is a Sunni organization There are major Sunni groups in Iran, the Kurds on the western borders, the Baluchis on the southeast borders, that have major grievances against the central government. So again, while ISIS ideology is far more extreme than most Kurdish organizations or Baluchi organizations, again, it is of the same tribe in terms of, at least sect. I don't want to use the word tribe. So it is saying, look, we are taking action against this Shia central government. But again, this is one terrible actor acting against one horrible actor. Let's put it this way.
That's a good summary.
Yeah.
Very quickly, 10 seconds. Leaders in Iran pledged revenge and retaliation yesterday after blaming the U.S. and Israel. Do they back down and correct themselves or no?
No, they won't. And, you said this was the worst terror attack in Iran's history in the past 44 years. I want to rectify the record. The worst terror attack was when Iranian government was trying to take revenge after we took out Soleimani and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps took out a Ukrainian airliner in Iranian airspace, killing 170 some odd innocent civilians with 2 missiles back to back. That's an act of terror because they did it on purpose. It was intentional. There is proof for it. And they never apologized. They try to cover it up. Its Foreign Minister Javad Zarif tried to say, no, we don't know what happened. Technical. They hit it. And guess what? That's an act of terror. So I want to say every time they want to take revenge, they cause more pain and they inflict more pain on their own innocent civilians.
Yeah. Ari Aramesh, thanks so much. Great to have you on the show tonight. Appreciate it.